So basically, if he's going to tower rush me, he'll either do it in range of the burrow or too far away from my gold mining peasants, and maybe even my great hall to matter to me. So that's a pretty good early start for his tower rush. I don't know a tower rush is coming, obviously, and my plan on this map is to creep the ogre warrior camps, or to creep for level 2 and then rush the shop and then start my harass from there with good blade master items. So that's the initial plan in my head as I'm starting the game. So speaking of starting the game, let's get this unpaused in 3, 2, 1, unpause. So standard opening from me. Again, I want to stress the base is well made. I'm sure everyone by now has read Grubby's article, Concept Builds. There's a nice little space between my burrow and my great hall for demolishers to fit through. I think it can fit through there. I hope it can. Usually I leave a bigger space than that, especially because at tier 2 I often throw up a tower. But I'm pretty sure that's big enough for demolisher anyway, and if it isn't, it can go south of my altar. There's nice openings there. My burrows are tight together. I don't like my burrows being surrounded by defend footmen, which is one of the reasons that it's nice to have them tight together. But when you do have them tight like this, it means that less total peons can repair one burrow, which can suck if towers are hitting them. But the whole idea is to keep the towers out of range of your burrows and out of range of your gold workers. So again, I don't know the tower rush is coming, but those are the general principles of stopping a tower rush. Notice something important that I did. My scout peon, I scouted the close spawn first, obviously, because I know I'm versus human, and close spawn is not a good time if you're versus human. I mean, it could be, but if they tower rush you, it's much harder to stop. And then I send my scout peasant across the middle, and because of that, I see 2 footmen, or I saw a footman at least, and now I see the militia, and so I know right away he's going to be tower rushing, and obviously I'm not going to creep against a tier 1 tower rush, because I don't have my voodoo launch up yet, and I will be taking damage, which is never good. So I attack here. Usually it's much better to wait until the militia are not militia anymore, but I can choose to attack because I want to delay him getting to my base and give my voodoo launch time to go up. If you can cancel your voodoo launch, you're in a lot of trouble. So here's where I should not be fighting on my part, big mistake, but it's not going to be a huge game costing thing. I just wanted to do as much damage as possible to the fire spawn, lava spawn. The last thing you want is for that thing to multiply on you. Does that mean you always focus him first? Not at all. But if you have the choice between focusing footman, which he's going to replace really quickly, the fire lord, which he can dance and doesn't really do any damage on its own, or the militia, which are faster than you, faster than your grunts at least, it's better to focus the fire spawn, I've found, the lava spawn. However, now that they're not militia anymore, I want to take them out as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, he's done a pretty smart thing, and I didn't see this coming. He's built his towers in a little crevice above my altar, and as you can see, my grunts and blade master are having a very hard time getting to them, and I actually stupidly get myself trapped with less mana than I should have, and I'm forced to teleport. So again, not a very ideal beginning by me. Some things to quickly note: I delayed my second grunt in favor of building a war mill. The advantage to that is you can already see I have a tower going up. My towers have better range than him, so hopefully that's going to help me out. I'm also researching spiked barricades. He definitely doesn't have defend yet, but when he does, my burrows become absolutely useless. Even the towers become pretty much useless, and so you have to find a way to punish him for attacking you, and spiked barricades the perfect answer for that. It's a really great underused upgrade. I even get it now versus human. I get it versus all humans now, regardless of whether or not they're a tier 1 tower rushing me. It's that useful. So anyways, you see a lot of his peasants are in the red. I've killed a few footmen. I have towers going up, but he doesn't have any footmen or mana for a lava spawn to stop those towers. My grunts can safely heal in the back of my base, but I stupidly, and under bad control on my part, one of the healing things gets cancelled. This grunt here, you'll notice I'm microing him, but he's going to die, but my whole idea behind microing him there was to try and block the fire lord. I failed miserably at that, but it's okay. Grunts aren't going to be incredibly important. I mean, you don't want to give them free experience if they die to the towers. It's not the worst thing in the world. You don't want it to happen, obviously, but they're going to be less and less efficient at killing footmen as the game goes on, because your base will be surrounded by towers. And the blade master, the idea behind the blade master first is that the higher level he gets, the more easily he kills the footmen that are attacking your base. And really what happens, how most people lose on tower rushes, is they just are unable to kill the defended footmen, which are destroying their burrows or their catapults or whatever. So anyways, some grunt pathing there. Again, that helps me out a little bit. I kill the Fire Lord, now I kill his footmen, and now I have free range over his peasants, which are nice and weak. I choose to focus the peasants first instead of the repairing tower, instead of the building tower. That's because once my demolishers come out, which isn't going to be for a while because I still haven't teched, I'll be able to quickly take down the towers without having to focus the peasants first. Peasants repair towers still very quickly once they're upgraded. So here I almost lose my Blade Master to lag. I didn't really need to waste this windwalk, but I didn't want I didn't want to lose the game right there. So you see he takes down my altar, which is unfortunate. And he's sending here the defended footman, and he's sending in. I read somewhere that a defended footman versus piercing damage has something like 1200 life. I think 1200 life versus piercing damage. It's like a Tauren basically. It takes forever to kill them, particularly because watchtowers don't really do a whole lot of damage. 16 to 18 compared to guard towers 23 to 27. But the spike barricades is very nice. They'll take damage from that. And I am now safely teching to tier 2. Strangely, his towers are just out of range of my barracks, which is really heavily to my advantage because they're actually attacking nothing right now. I'm really surprised that that far left tower isn't in range of my barracks. But that means that I'm not wasting resources on repairing. That's not always the case, but that's why I built extra peons. If you look at my my wood economy, you'll notice I have more than enough people mining wood. Oh, he is in range, excuse me. It was just nighttime and you couldn't see it. There you go. So my hall's taking some damage. This is where it pays off to have some extra peons to repair. Guard towers never stop attacking, so there's not much you can do about it when they do, aside from repair. You'll notice I'm also building a second barracks. Obviously, this isn't something you would do versus a standard human player, but I'm thinking, first of all, if I can double pump demolishers, all the better for me. I can get out of the tower rush faster. And in the back of my mind, if he takes down this barracks, because there's going to be quite a few towers that are going to be in range of it, then at least I'll have a backup barracks producing demolishers behind my base. That's my thinking anyway. So I've already hit level 3. You might wonder, critical strike or windwalk, because obviously critical strike means more damage, and they'll help you take down the footman faster. I go windwalk level 2. A few reasons for that. One of them is that the great thing about the Blade Master, particularly since human doesn't have dust in their own shop, I can go attack the towers, attack the peasants, whatever, take as much damage as I want, and then windwalk with, say, 100 life, 50 life, and then go heal and windwalk again. And he cannot hit me while I'm windwalked, obviously, so the longer I have windwalk, the more time I have to heal free of taking damage. So I buy a potion of invulnerability. Just gives me more time to do damage before I have to windwalk. It lets me take down a footman and the Fire Lord. Again, all the experience in the world is going to help me take down these. Now here's an example of what's going to happen. Unfortunately, my Blade Master is more weak than I would have wanted him to be, but there's a few footmen. He only has 4 because I've killed so many, 5 rather now. He's attacking the tower, but it takes only one peasant to repair that against those. I mean, they're not going to be doing enough damage to it. And he chooses to right-click my Blade Master, but just looking at their health and my health, as long as I'm not careless enough to fight into the towers, he's not going to kill the Blade Master, and I'm not going to let him get this tower, that's for sure. So he's basically just suiciding peasant or footmen to me and giving me free experience, which is great. Because once I get level 5, I can pretty much 2 or 3 hit kill every footman that he sends at me, and definitely 2 or 3 hit kill his Fire Lord, and that's GG once the first demolisher comes out. So that's pretty textbook on how to beat Lord Tower Rush. And I mentioned earlier on, I was talking about adaptation. Obviously, if I had started creeping, I cancelled my tech, I hadn't put up an early war mill, that could have gone very differently for me. And I guess it's just part of what makes people good players, and particularly good ladder players. And you wonder how people get such good records on ladder. It's how they adapt to different styles, different strategies.